Alright guys, we got another Blazer in the shop today. This one happens to be a 97, and the customer, as you can see, I'm pointing at a new tie rod end. He had one pop off on him on the highway, so that's why we're in here checking the rest of it. And you can also see that boot on the CV axle is torn, so we are going to replace that. And then I'm going to have my buddy shake the wheel and try to show you. You guys see that the pitman arm is worn on the splines. The box is fine. The pitman arm's junk. The outer tie rod end on this side, and you can see the movement. Let me see if I can get you a better angle here. There you go. You guys see that? Now you guys are wondering, how does this Blazer have so many problems? Has it got super high miles? Nope. See that? Oversized tires. Meaty sons of guns. They ain't that big. They're like a 32. But when you already have worn out junk, you're going to tear stuff apart, guys. I'm not saying don't lift stuff. I'm not saying don't put big tires on things. I am not saying that. I'm an off-road guy. We're an off-road guy at the shop. Someday I'll get the Blazer that Wayne and I and another friend had built a few years ago. And I'll show you that we're not afraid to put big tires on things. So I'm not saying that. But when you do this, guys, remember, replace your worn out suspension stuff. You don't want a tie rod end coming apart. This could have been a lot worse than it was. Thankfully, he made it out okay. As you can see, Blazer made it out okay. But it could have gone a lot worse, guys. So please check your suspension when you're doing stuff and just replace it. You're going to have to get alignment after you lift it anyway. Spend $100 and get new tie rod ends. Whatever it is, just get that out of the way, do it right. And this guy he learned, you know. He didn't lift it too high, but put some tires on it. Some things started happening, so he brought it in, and we're going to fix it up for him. So he's doing the right things, and make sure you guys do too. So once you have your wheel and tire off, you're going to want to take the nuts, or take the cotter pins out, or cut them off, whatever you want to do, and then take the nuts off of the upper and lower ball joint, and then it'll be time to break the axle nut loose. Make sure if you have some wires in your way, clean them up a little bit. I left that in there because I just like the sound of an impact gun. So basically push your axle in a little bit, and there'll be a washer that was behind that nut, and then pull that washer out. Then you saw them there, just give a couple blows to the top of that spindle, and that'll pop right out. And then the axle and stuff will slide out. He pulled the whole axle out completely, and then we ended up leaving the intersection in. Then we have a tool that we made. It's just a vice grip and a slide hammer, and you attach that and you just pull it right out. So it's a real simple job, guys. Nothing too bad. Then here, you know, put the washer on, put the nut on, and then just reassemble everything. Throw the, you know, when you put it on, put the lower ball joint in, and then put a jack under it, lift it up, put the upper ball joint in, put the nuts on, put the cotter pins on, and torque the nut. 104 foot-pounds. So just make sure you're double checking everything. Like, we actually had to replace the control arms because they had aftermarket control arms like off of for a lift kit, and the bushings were just worn out, and the customer wanted their vehicle back, so we were able to throw these new control arms on and get all the, you know, the brake hose and the ABS wire back into place. You'll see us, or I think I show him putting the nuts in and just, you know, bolting them back on. And he had to tweak the bracket a little bit. Here you see him just putting the nuts on the upper and lower ball joint. And be careful not to over tighten these guys because you can crack the spindle because it's a tapered fit. So just make sure that you snug them up and make sure they're tight.
but don't over tighten them. Make sure you put the cotter pins in as well. And then here you see him, like I said, messing with those brake hoses and getting that all fixed up. But basically, it's a real simple, easy job, guys. Just have to have the right tools. You're going to need a 36 millimeter socket. You're going to need a breaker bar, or if you have an impact gun, that'd be great as well. It'll speed things up. And then if you're going to replace the ball joint, see my other video on how to replace ball joints, and you can watch both of the videos, and you can get everything done. Here's a trick for you guys. Put a pry bar in so that just lay it against the ground or a block of wood if you don't have a buddy to hold the brakes for you. That way you can torque it down and just torque the nut down, and you guys are all set. So I hope this video helps somebody out, and if not, ask me questions down below and I'll gladly give you some advice, and check out my other video if you're going to do ball joints at the same time. So thanks for watching, guys. Have a great one. See you on the next video.